My name is Dawn Wood. I work at the Indigenous Inclusion Department, which is a sub-office of Manitoba Education and Training. My program is the Community Schools Program. So we are legislated, we're Bill 12, which means the schools that we do fund, we have, in total there are 31 schools that we fund. So there are 16 school divisions, 18 are funded schools are located in Winnipeg, and there are 13 located in the rural locations. Our schools that we do fund are K to 6 or K to 8, and we have one high school, and our targeted age group would be 0 to 18. Our learning objectives would be, because schools are a part of a comprehensive education, public health, and social policy strategy. Child well-being, school wellness, attendance, achievement, and transition, advanced targeted prevention and early intervention directed towards families and children by improving parental mental health and reducing child maltreatment and harm, and exposure to violence, and preventing children from coming into care. The Community Schools Program, there are, again, I mentioned that there was 31 community schools. So we have a list of school programming that is reported to me. So, for example, the land-based education. So we have a school, Hugh John McDonald in Winnipeg and La Pas. They exchange. So, for example, La Pas students would come to Winnipeg because the rural and northern schools, sometimes they don't have the same opportunities to travel to come to Winnipeg, for example. So what they do is, so those students, they would come to Winnipeg, they would get a tour view of the legislative building, they would get opportunities and kind of showcase, outside of their rural and northern location. And vice versa, the students in Winnipeg would go to La Pas and they would learn, to value the land. They would do medicine picking. They would do more of the traditional drum making. They would, appreciate, and they would get to learn different Aboriginal traditions, techniques, and again, how to live off the land. So I feel that is, one example of one of the programming that we do have offered. Another is there's a grannies group at one of the schools, Shaughnessy Park. So this school, because kids are coming into care, for example, instead of having them placed in a foster home that they're unfamiliar with, they are being placed with their grandmas. So what they've incorporated is that it's stressful when you have, your younger child living with you and you're elderly, and what kind of supports and services are available. So this group, they support each other. For example, if a granny needed to go to the hospital, another granny would pick up their grandchild. And it became so popular that they actually offer the program 2 nights a week. And again, it's just supporting and offering that, when you think of appropriate babysitters, who can I, if I wanted to de-stress, I could leave my grandchild with this person. Another type of programming that I think that is that works really well is when you think of child and family services, there's often a lot of negativity, stigma attached. So just working with the Department of Families, they offered a preventative programming and information for parents. Child and Family Services, they can offer a variety of different supports and services. They don't want to have children come into care. And it just coincides with the Community Schools Program with the coordinator that they have hired in the family room. Well, we do have a baseline of key indicators. So we look at the grade 3 assessment, grade 5 assessment, credit attainment in grade 9, pass rates in grade 12 provincial exams, school reported attendance, on-time graduation rates, attendance grade promotion, on-time graduation, and increased student engagement for Aboriginal students. Indigenous education is based on integrating an Indigenous worldview, language, and culture within a larger education framework. Students, if they can see themselves in the school environment, that will help with increased school engagement and achievement. Not only are students involved, but parents and community should also be involved, and teachers should be comfortable in teaching the Aboriginal curriculum. My vision would be that Indigenous students perform on par with non-Indigenous students, attendance, achievement, and graduation attainment. I see a role for Indigenous parents to participate in their schooling if they are part of the community schools program. And if not, there's the community schools network that schools who value the community schools philosophy, they can be a part of. Community schools networks, they can take part in our resources, access our grants, that type of thing. I think cultural awareness, connections to community-based agencies, and outside resources. So instead of parents or schools having to go outside the building to access these services, by offering those services within the building. And then Indigenous parental voices heard inside the school, part of parent council, part of the school plans, any decision that is surrounding their child's academic career, they should be a part of to increase parental involvement.